Oh, man. Wow, you notice we didn't overkill him there. Wow, that was kind of weird as well. The Phoenix down landed first. All right, guys, we're back. This isn't round 5. This is round 4. I have fought him 4 times, and not as in I have done each of these individual fights. I've like tried to go run this gauntlet 4 times and messed up 4 times. This is my 4th attempt. This is so bad. There's so much difficult stuff here that we just like narrowly avoided on the video, and man, I wish you guys could have seen, but I didn't have the cameras rolling because it took so long to get back here. Basically, if he keeps Wakazashing, like, you get really unlucky. This fight is super trolly. He can easily kill you. If you get stuck in a place where there's just one guy left alive, then you're screwed, because all you can do is auto life. All you're ever going to do is get 1 turn, and you just have to hope that eventually he tries to cast a different ability. You're just screwed. You need at least 2 people to be auto lifed at all times, or you are, oh my god. So I got really lucky, and he cast like Wakazashi 4 times in a row at one point, and then I thought I was fine. I managed to get out. I broke the chain when I was on low MP. Here I'm on low MP again, so I'm going to throw a Mega Elixir. But then he's unmatoed. Oh my god. Wow. So yeah, I said to you guys that there was no difference about this final fight here. I was wrong. There is a difference. His overdrive charges much quicker in the final fight, so Zanmato is something you have to consider. And of course, rereading my guide isn't wrong. It says, if he Zanmatos you, it's the exact same effect as a Wakazashi. That's when I stopped reading. I was scanning, okay? And then it says, except that it also removes all defenses. I wasn't to know that that meant also auto life. I mean, Bahamut wasn't removing auto life, so I'm like, okay, sure, that'll be fine. And of course, what a silly, silly idea. The only way to survive Zanmato is to sacrifice an aeon. So we can do that. Be very interesting if just a Zanmato meant game over, but I mean, that would just make this fight kind of impossible in some ways, I guess. Anyway, yeah, the key to this really is you need auto life on 2 people at once at all times. It's also been kind of funny me rerunning through here. It's taken me so long, and I've seen these cutscenes so many times. Maybe it's a little bit, I've got like a different feeling from it. Maybe it's not us chasing him. Maybe we're just, one interpretation of these events is we're just wandering around aimlessly, and then he just sees us, and he's charging us every time. I always take it to mean he's trying to run away. But no, sometimes, you know, it definitely seems like he's trying to ambush us. So here's a Wakazashi, okay? Now watch what happens when we come back to life, because this is really important to note, okay? There's 2 of us. Now look at the ATB Gorge, right? It's just Tidus and Yuna. They each get 1 turn. Now let's say Yojimbo Wakazashis again next turn. What do we do? Well, to defend from that, we have to cast auto life on ourselves. If we try and res Waka, for example, and then he Wakazashis again, then only one of us can have auto life, and then it's just Yuna left. And then what if he Wakazashis and Wakazashis and Wakazashis? Then Yuna just has to keep spamming auto life on herself. I got into a point where I had people on the field who were running out of MP. And like it was Tidus's last turn, he had no MP left. If he did 1 more Wakazashi, he was going to own us. But then the chain broke, and I was like, thank God for that. And then later I realised it had gone on so long, Zanmato was up, and I didn't have a chance to summon anything. So, you know, it's actually a really scary fight. We are max stats here, guys, but we're completely at the mercy of this enemy. Completely. So there we get an auto life. Because of Diagoro, now you'll notice Tidus gets 2 goes, because he got to stand up, right? He didn't have to have that extra delay from just spawning. So now that he gets 2 goes, he can use that extra one to drop a Phoenix down on Waka. Everyone's on the right overdrive modes here, by the way. And then also auto life himself, or Yuna as it were, who went down. And so now we get to start doing damage again until the next Wakazashi comes in. But yeah, so it's Yuna's next go here. I guess I will just quick hit with her and see what we get in. Yeah, it's been really interesting actually. Kind of another Wakazashi, so now we're set way back. It's totally RNG, and what scares me about this last fight is if a Zanmato comes up, like he's really close to Zanmato now, so we need Yuna to take like the brunt of one of these attacks, like her summon. So we just can auto life again, and his next attack will summon Zanmato, so we should be fine. It will well, his next attack will charge his overdrive, readying him for Zanmato, but he won't actually cast it. And then that means we have to summon with Yuna on the next turn, because Zanmato's coming, and then we should be fine. So there you go. Alright, and Kozuka anyway. Yuna will die, but she'll get rezzed, even if she... Okay, that was on Tidus, that's fine. He'll get auto-lifed. Even if he didn't, he would have been auto-Phoenix. So here, what we can do is we can quick pocket out a Phoenix down onto Waka. And his overdrive is up, so we need to avoid that Zanmato. But Yuna gets a turn again in a second later anyway, so we can quick hit. Alright, and this is the last possible turn. We have to summon. Ifrit's taking one for the team. Valefor has. Ixion's the next to take one for the team. I like that the design in here is that your Aeons have to contribute in these fights. Like, they have to assist you when dealing with the Dark Aeons. We'll physically attack, why not? 41k, that's pretty good. Put him in a weak stance. Zanmato. It's okay, Ixion. We needed you to do that. Thank you, Faith. Yeah, so playing back through, it's been kind of weird watching him wander around. I find myself so curious about what the story could be, what the story could mean. And I don't know whether it means anything, whether they really thought about anything. They never gave any official announcement. But who is this guy? Why is he here? How does he have the power to summon this alternate version of the Faith? It's so weird, and X2 has some elaborations on the idea. Because there is basically more of the Dark Aeons in X2, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. And how, like, some grand theory could work, maybe. But it's so curious to me. Is this the guy who stole the Faith originally? Just someone hired by Yevon? I mean, what is it? Anyway, so his overdrive's kind of low. We have only one person auto-lifed at the moment. That's fine. We'll open with a quick hit. Like that. Do you know what? I should have grand summoned as Yuna a second ago, too. Alright, well, attack reels here, and then one final auto-life on Yuna's next turn. Actually, this could be the kill, maybe. He's already weak, and attack rails is a pretty significant amount of damage. I wish I could have shown you guys, like, how on the floor I constantly was. It's a real, like, puzzle, how you get through some of this. Okay, that's fine. Right, please no Wakazashi. Wakazashi is so brutal. Auto life, go. Okay, good. Kazuka, this could be it. Silly Dark Yojimbo. I think his design as well is pretty badass, actually. I gotta be honest. Not the coolest. Definitely Dark Shiva's is the coolest. She just has the most stark contrast, and her hair just looks so cool. But this guy looks pretty awesome too. Boom! There we go. Overkill. Woo! Power right in the kisser. Alright, Summoner of Yevon. You're near the entrance of the cave. What are you going to do now, bro? 2 Master Spheres there you go. So that's what you get as an alternative to Dark Matter. See, what is that? What? What? He just nods at us like, yes, you have earned my respect. I thought we were hunting him down. Come on. What? And he just wanders off? Dude, you killed me so many times. Another potential answer to that fight, by the way, could perhaps be using your other armor, so the defense plus 20% armor. That might allow you to survive a Wakazashi hit. That might be what it takes. And then what you could do with that is you could spam cheer and stuff, so you get even more defensive. You start doing even more damage and certain things along those lines. Could be an interesting possibility. Anyway, wow, I'm definitely saving after that. Oh, another thing I can confirm, you have to do all 5 in a row. If you kill him 3 times and then save, and then you die on the 4th time and you go back in, you're back at the start. So it literally is all 5, and it really is kind of this grindy, raidy kind of style. Well, what do we do? Alright, so who's next on the list? Well, the next Aeon we got was Anima. Now, in my opinion, Anima is already a Dark Aeon, so what the hell? But we're about to go into what is, in my opinion, the hardest Dark Aeon fight, and there's for very specific reasons that I think this is the hardest, but it's up to interpretation. Under certain situations, the one after that is even harder. But where is Anima? Where might you guys go to check? Well, I will edit something in, and we'll see what we can find. Maybe if you remember carefully of things that I've hinted about or talked about previously in the LP, you might remember some unfinished business I talked about we had to do somewhere. You know, I think one auto ability that would have been really cool in this game would have been something that gives your just regular attacks AoE somehow. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, hey guys, we're back at the Mountain Trials. And what do you know? It's activated again for some reason. This was the first one we did. The Summoner's Trial. If you would face me, you must first face my trial. Use Waka's Ball to hit the center. Kind of weird. Okay, so basically we have to do the same thing that we did before, except again, and it's harder this time. If you mess up, as you just saw I did, you will get a random encounter, but they're basically trash enemies, and you can flee. One thing I didn't demo to you guys, every single one of these Dark Aeon fights as well, you can't flee from, so there is a real sense of urgency to beat them each time. So anyway, apparently that was a fail, but I thought I hit that pretty decently, actually. Let's try again. The issue here is obviously on the inside there's even more rotating things. Here we got ambushed. Ah, see, I was about to say to you guys, how much do you think they'll hit? But it's pretty much an impossibility that any of these Machina are ever going to hit our characters. They're way too lucky and they're way too evasive. But if they were to hit, I'd predict they do maybe 50 damage. Probably less. 10 damage maybe. And then get immediately countered. So, you know, there's that. Alright, here we go. This could be it here. Nice! Oh, shit. Anima has appeared. Oh, yes. So, I always liked the idea when I was younger that there was some window out in the cave here that you could look down and see Anima. Why does she appear here? I don't know. Why does she have no stamina, much like Barmut? I don't know. Why don't the Ronso in the area seem to react or do anything? I don't know. Maybe the answer is that they didn't have too long to develop the Dark Aeons. But crazy stuff. Maybe you can think of some story as to her existence here. But she's here. She said to us, if you wish to challenge me, you must finish my trial. We did it. It was as simple as hitting the ball into that thing. And now we're going to go face a very, very difficult fight. You know, I guess I tell a lie. The Ronso do sort of seem to react. This guy stays here, and I don't think he says anything. He says, Ronso, always prepared. He's just the seller, like he doesn't care. Everyone else disappears, Macon disappears. These people won't reappear until you defeat Dark Anima. My theory, perhaps, as to why the Dark Anima is here. This was a place of great suffering, of great pain, and it was brought about by Seymour in particular. Many may have died here. As he rampaged his way and slaughtered many Ronso, and maybe this is why she appears here. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. We're going to face the Dark Aeon, and it's pretty crazy. I love her design. The necklace around her like throat, I actually seem to remember it was all shattered and stuff for Dark Anima, but there you go. You'll see we get plenty of turns before she gets a go. But she really makes her turns count with some crazy, devastating stuff. What's more is we're really not going to be able to hit her very much. So we actually have to use some other abilities here, such as aim. Riku's really fantastic for these kinds of things with her mixes, and we'll definitely try and get a hold of those soon enough. But for now, I'm just going to aim a couple more times. And what we're going to try and do is keep Yuna in the back line on this one. So that actually, Yuna might not be able to stay in the back line because Riku doesn't have petrify-proof armor, I don't think. So let's go with a quick hit here. If we notice we're missing a lot, we'll start aiming again. But I think we should be okay with just 2 of them. We have pretty high luck, pretty high accuracy too. Okay, let's quickly look at Riku's armor. Weapon, that's fine. Armor, she's got the Shaman Taj on right now, which is auto potion, which isn't what we want. And yeah, she can't be out. I'm sorry, Riku, you can't be out on this one. You're just going to die instantly. Alright, in comes Yuna, so she's going to have to stay with us. Auto life, I'm going to put on everyone just to be safe straight away. Now, I know from reading about Dark Anima what she does. I haven't actually fought her for many years. So, well, this should be interesting at least. I'm pretty sure we just want to summon an Aeon when she casts Oblivion, so watching her overdrive at all times. And Auto Phoenix and Auto Life should deal with Pain, which is instant death, just like Heavenly Strike was. It will bypass any protections. She also has another ability here, Graviton, Mega Graviton. This is just like what Sin does. Really cool, puts a ton of stats on people, right? So this is why Ribbon's amazing. Tidus is totally fine here. Not a problem in the world for him. But his friends here, they're both asleep. They've both got a ton of stuff on them. Big issues, okay? So if you have 3 people with Ribbon, this fight is going to be much, much easier. I've chosen to struggle my way through it without. The Doom will not go away with these remedies, okay? But everything else will stick, and I'm happy enough with that. And we will quick pockets again. I believe double quick pocketed remedy should be fine. I do only have 30 on me, and I don't know how... Oh, okay, we're low on remedies because this isn't the safe fight where I was doing all that stuff with the Sanjagoras. But hopefully we don't run out of remedies during the fight. Otherwise, I think this is pretty much my plan. We also lost a lot of health there. Damn it. Best way to heal up, I guess, is going to have to be Mega Elixirs. So Mega Graviton, here's what happens, okay? 7/16 of your max health, it will take off of you no matter what your armor is, okay? So basically, just under half of your max health will hit everyone in the party, okay? So you can survive 2 hits of Mega Graviton, but you'll be on a slither of health at that point. You'll be on 1/16 of your max health, and any other attack will have, you know, done even more damage. So you're going to be really, really, really cautious of that. Keep yourself healed up as much as you can. It's not current health, it's max health, so be aware. Yuna's overdrive is up. Waka's is almost up, so what we will do is we'll just have her attack first, and then she can entrust to Waka in a second. So there's a quick hit, that's fine. Waka can just quick hit as well. We're waiting for Anima to attack us. And another quick hit. We still all have auto life. Doom is ticking down. In fact, Yuna's only got one more turn with Doom, but I think we should be okay. We don't, because like Doom's only going to struck later. So there you go. That's a physical attack. Bunch of condies, but we're fine because we can just quick pocket. I feel weird calling them condies, but they are conditions, really. The statuses, I guess, is the correct term. But your stats are also just, well, whatever. Okay, well, actually, that may not have been necessary. I don't think I needed to remedy that because, let's be honest, she's just going to die in a second anyway. And that will cleanse the other stuff. You know, she's been cursed. There you go. There's death from the Doom. She should instantly res with auto life. Waka's attack reels are up. So let's throw those down. So yeah, that was a pretty nice hit. Let's talk damage here. Basically, this guy has 8 million health. So, you know, even Nemesis still had more health than this guy. It's just, this guy, sorry, I'm always going to mess it up. But she basically, Dark Anima, it puts out way more pressure, I feel, than Nemesis did. Nemesis is a matter of dropping your shells, stuff like that, and you'll be okay. She can really wreak havoc because there's a lot more you're focusing on. Like, she has an overdrive, for example. Here's another Mega Graviton. That's 2 of us dead. But Tidus should auto Phoenix Waka. Yuna should auto life herself. Yep. So here's a fun thing to consider as well. Basically, Ribbon here is making Tidus immune to Doom, even though there is no such thing as Doom Proof in the game. Which is a pretty cool thought, actually. So it's offering proof to something that there would be no other avenue for it at all. Alright, pretty fine place to be in for that Mega Graviton. Got to watch her overdrive now, though, as it is up. This means we need a summon on the field the next time she has a turn, which should be okay. Tidus is basically just our healer for this fight because he's always in a good position. And as you can see, Comrade here is really solid, actually, for giving us a whole ton of overdrive bars straight away because Mega Graviton hits everyone in the party. This means pretty much every time Waka gets a go, he should have an overdrive. If not because he charged it himself, but I should have entrusted one to him each time. I like as well that my priority 3 people through most of these fights so far have been these 3, and then Riku gets a little look in each time anyway, just because she's throwing the ball. So we go, our Anima, and we'll use our Oblivion first, and then she'll use her Oblivion. It might have actually been worthwhile for me. It's weird because it'd be nice if you saw the under half of Dark Anima where, like, at the same time. Wouldn't that be crazy? There should be something special. So 108,000 damage there. Slightly more than an auto from the other people. But here, I should have probably had the animations on small, because this would allow you guys to see... Oh, maybe you will see the full overdrive. You will. So look, here's the full view of Dark Anima. They change her entire design. Oh, is it on the underside you see that the necklace is broken? No. Look at how messed up it is. Like the bandages over her eyes. Like she's blind and they've just been like slapped on there. God. Oh, and that's so freaky looking at... Oh, man. But check it out. So this person is draining MP with the attacks too. About 5k a hit each time. There's no way your regular people would survive this. For all I know, it's got Dispel on it as well, just like Zanmato did. So sacrificing an Aeon, I'm not going to take any risks. And a final 5k hit after that. Perhaps the Magus sisters will be able to survive that hit. And because this is going to be a bit of a protracted battle, you're on a time limit, really, with a lot of these, to kill them before all of your Aeons die. Like, that's really the idea here. It's just not played into or designed well enough, in my opinion. No point in healing Yuna here, because, frankly, she's going to die to Doom anyway. So what I'll do is I'll let both of them die to Doom. and then I will res them, and then I'll regen the entire team up after that. Here's an interesting thing. So her overdrive is almost charged. Now, this is Yuna's last turn in theory. If I can quick hit, yeah, so she gets another go. I have to quick hit here. And now her overdrive, Anima's overdrive is up. So now I can quick hit again. But because I quick hit on Yuna, this means I can summon and sacrifice someone else. So this time, we'll go with Bahamut's. Probably the best thing I can hope for there. Just a regular physical attack. That's really nice. Because A, we counter it. B, Waka survives. And, well, I guess that's it really. He survives. But what I can do, because he's poisoned too, is I'll attack. Probably, I didn't actually miss. He dies. The zombie doesn't matter now because the zombie's going to get turned off. The poison's going to get turned off. I don't even have to waste turns healing him up, you see. Whew, that's scary. Look at that. So his overdrive filled at the exact moment that he pained Yuna. So Yuna is only just going to get a turn in because she's just come back to life, so she's on high delay. Just before his overdrive goes off. Only just. The only thing that would save us is her there. And she actually got the go. Unless we managed to, like, spike him down quickly. Oh, kind of scary. We're sort of running lowish on aeons at the moment, I feel like. Now, overdrive is up. Oh, God, this is like aeon. Okay, we've still got quite a few aeons. Let's sacrifice Yojimbo this time. I'll be really unhappy, though, if I pay him 1 gil and then he instantly Zanmato's Anima. Is there any way I can, like, stop that risk from being there? That's going to suck. I mean, the odds are so low because Dark Anima's level is so high. I don't want to redo this whole fight if that accidentally happens. I've clearly demonstrated I can do it. It's just a matter of time before she's dead. Okay, so I'm making this deal with you guys right now. If he accidentally Yojimbo's Dark Anima, she's almost dead anyway, right? Like, we've seen all of her moves. Pay 1 gil. Do not Yojimbo, please. I didn't grand summon you. I haven't been particularly nice to you in the past. Okay, Wakizashi, sure. No, not the doggy. Oh yeah, the dog doesn't go down. That's amazing. The dog is clearly just this thing that doesn't react to any animations or anything. Look at it up there. It's just like going to avoid all the damage. Oh, I feel like there should be an Aeon, right? Like that, like Yojimbo with the dog, where after you summon it, even after the Aeon's dead, they stay on the battlefield with you. Like, it would be cool if we had a dog with us now as well. Oh, Waka! Wow, there you go. Waka is dead, and so is Dark Anima. It wasn't an overkill because it only hit for 80k because he was so low. You're a hero, Waka. And there's auto life. The gods have spared you. Ta-da! And again, interesting battle scene there. I think that's the same one as where Kamari had his signature fight against Baran and Yankee. Yuna's then had so many sphere levels here. 1 more dark matter under the belt. That is probably the best fight for having ribbon, in my opinion. And we got through it just fine with only 1 ribbon on us. Obviously, it would be a bit more difficult if we were dealing with Doom across all 3 characters. But as you can see, nothing too crazy. Oh my god, my game seems to have frozen. Oh no, it didn't freeze. My my controller just randomly disconnected for a second in kind of a scary way. I've been charging it this whole time. I found a setup, guys. All right, that leaves only the Magus sisters left. The Magus sisters? Where the hell would we find those? Remium Temple? The secret cloister of trials in Remium that we haven't yet seen? Oh, what a wonderful day. The sun is shining. Everything is bright and glorious. Yeah, Operation Mihen was kind of bad, but, you know, things are on the up and up for this area. The economy's on the rise, and I, a lovely Spirin, am getting a nice breath of fresh air. Nobody to stand in my way. Nobody to be mean to me. Oh, hello there. Hey, you two seem nice. How are you doing? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yes, so. All right, I need to pause it. Okay. Oh, wait. We'll pause it in a second. So, you'll see there are 3 women here. a kind of rotund lady, a kind of little lady, and a kind of normal lady. Is that fair of me to say? These are the Dark Magus sisters. We saw these before we saw the real Magus sisters, and I swear to you, my reaction back then was very true. These guys are horrible. They are really, if you enter this encounter wrong, very difficult, if not impossible, I think, maybe even. They can't be fully impossible, but nigh on impossible and full of RNG to actually defeat. So, I'll show you guys two things here, right? These ladies, they're all going to chase us. They're going to close in on us. See how they're getting closer? They're getting closer. This woman here, and now we're surrounded. And they engage on us. A battle opens up. We get ambushed by the Dark Magus sisters. The first one's cast Calamity on us. They actually all have their overdrives full. So this one, we're getting hit by a Razia here too. Calamity hit Tidus, who had ribbons, so we're okay. Razia did a shit ton of damage, but we've got Auto Phoenix, so that's fine. And here comes a Delta attack. So we were ambushed. We could have had Aurons, which would have allowed us to summon, something like that. But that summon would have had to have survived the Razia, any other attack, you know, 2 attacks before the Delta comes in. This Delta, I'm not going to have to tell you, is going to absolutely destroy us. The Dark Magus sisters casting Delta, we're just screwed. They got pretty cool designed. I actually quite like Mindy in this one. She looks pretty cool. But we get screwed. To fight the Dark Magus sisters, all 3 at the same time, is way harder than Anima. Way harder than anything else, really. I mean, maybe the next boss after these 3 is harder. But it's not actually something you have to do, is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what will greet you if you're just a normal guy wandering around the hardest aeons, and you start off with a disgusting fight with them. So what are you supposed to do? This is actually really interesting. There's more effort. Look at the damage ticks. Their Delta hits way more than ours does. For the record, this was actually one of the places I was contemplating first showing you Delta, because it's pretty cool. So what are we supposed to do? Well, I'll show you. Let's try and do this encounter again. And this time, let's try and run away. You already saw before when I encountered them, I managed to run away and get out of the zone, which I was surprised by. What if we run in a different direction? I'll answer that question in a moment. Okay, here we go. So, what we're basically about to engage in is a mini-game of sorts. 1 aeon for each lady. Now, you can't go to the large lady. You can't go back, in theory, to the women. But you can go to the left over here. Back towards Mushroom Rock and Operation Mi'ihen and all that stuff. You can go through this loading screen, but this doesn't take you out of the encounter. They're still chasing you. And so the idea here is you have to run as fast as you can and get as far away from the women as you possibly can. The further you run and the quicker you take corners, and this really is quite difficult, the easier the battle will be. See, now we've actually outran the larger lady, okay? See, so we only have to fight 1 at a time. She's going back down there. I'm a little hazy on the way all of this works, by the way. So they're right behind us. So here we go. Getting away, it says. Battle will begin if your pursuers get too close. Run as fast as you can to thin out enemy forces. The screen will flash to warn you when pursuers are near. Not flashing equals safe for now. Yellow equals pursuers are approaching. Red equals capture imminent. Even if you can't see your pursuers, they will catch you if they get too close. So stay on your guard at all times. So we're just going to start running, okay? I'm not amazing at this, as I've explained to you before. I've never actually beaten the Dark Magus sisters before. I'd never beaten Anima before, and I'd never done all 5 of the Yojimbo things before. I think we just got to be really quick. I do remember trying this before and struggling. Check out all the weird camera angles we get though. It's pretty bizarre, right? Really cool, the amount of effort that they went into for the final Dark Aeon fight. In fact, if you look sharply in the corners of the screen, you might notice that things look a little bit weird. But run as fast as you can. If I mess up here and I end up fighting 2 at once... There you go, look, she's going to get bored and walk off now, I think. Yeah, see, she's tired. And now they're shaking their heads, see? Lost 1 pursuer, way! So, we've at least done that much, that's awesome. But, you know, if these 2 catch me now, I'll gladly try and do the fight, you know, under those gimp circumstances. As I say, I'm pretty sure it is possible to fight all 3 at once, just by default. But it's like high randomness. You need to get lucky at the start to avoid the Delta, and it's just so much more pressure, okay? But this is just awesome, you know? You could have had really low expectations for the extra effort they'd go into. But it's not so bad. So they're letting us down. And here, I guess we're the ones being pursued, you know? Complete opposite of what was happening with Yojimbo. Look at us just hiding over there. So, I think we outsmart her to lose her as a pursuer. Oh my god, no, she's not been lost yet. I don't know what we're doing. Are we going up? Nothing happens. Oh no, I don't know what I'm doing. Do we hide where the Albed Primer was? Oh my god, what if the screen starts flashing while I'm over here? What do we do? Oh, I think maybe we just fight them now. Do we just fight them now? Because she's the only one that came up, right? And the little one wasn't? I think this could be it, guys. I think this is what we're meant to do. Yeah, okay. Unless we can come down here, which I seriously doubt. Oh, we can. Oh, guys, there's an Albed Primer down here. There wasn't ever an Albed Primer down here. Okay, all right, yeah, I think we just fight. So the first one we're going to fight is Sandy. Sandy has about 25 million health. Here we go. And by that, sorry, I mean 2,500,000 health. Yeah, right. Okay, so she's alone, Dark Sandy. We won't have to face her Delta. If one of the Dark Magus sisters is alone, instead of casting that, they will instead cast Giga Graviton, just like Dark Anima was. And I guess we'll just take things one at a time here and begin with the quick hits. We could start casting Auto Life, but I'll deal with that for later. This again is why Riku is useful, because you could just open up with one of her overdrives. You know, if I wasn't recording these all in sequence, I'd totally take the effort to go off and charge her up each time. It just makes the beginning of these fights a lot smoother. But the fact that they only cast Giga Graviton, I'm just gonna... no, I'm not gonna risk it. We'll cast Auto Life here. The fact they only do that means maybe we don't have to sacrifice any Aeons in this one. Maybe. I'm not gonna take any... oh, I don't know. I might take risks. I might. So here's a Razia. Probably going to one-shot us. There you go. Yeah. Crazy damage, right? And you saw that the Protect actually procced there too. So that's fine. And we got the Auto Phoenix. So since her stuff is single target right now, I'm pretty happy. It just depends. I can't think of anything she has AoE at all. And this really makes them a lot easier, which is why I sort of feel like Dark Anima is the more dangerous of the two. Perhaps that's just me. Let's try and Blitz Ace. I'm really not sure what's better. Blitz Ace is basically the equivalent, as far as I can see, of 2 physical attacks. But it also has a greater delay. So maybe if I just quick hit. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so this is what? 8 hits maybe? 8 hits of around 12k, which is around the equivalent of 100,000 damage. And then another hit here, which is just under, or, you know, 100,000 damage there. So... that's basically 2 attacks, but if I could just quick hit, and in real lifetime, it would save me more, right? Anyway, she's looking pretty weak already. If she, like, Razia's someone who's not Waka, then Waka's going to charge his overdrive instantly, frankly. We'll quick hit a couple of times. We might actually try and entrust with Titus. See, look, Titus hasn't got a go coming. It's, in fact, overdriving might put him on so much more of a delay that it's just not worth it. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Overkill. Down she goes. Razzie is pretty much the only thing she'll do. That actually full breaks you as well with her physical attacks. Thus opening up for even more damage. There's more dark matter there. We'll heal up. Much like the Yojimbo thing, we can't even save this time. So, you know, we're going to have to head down. It's funny that the Albed guy is still up there, actually. Not even looking at us. Well, here's the little one. Hey, princess. So, this one here. She is a lot more squishy. She's on just 2 million, Dark Mindy. So, if you were fighting all 3 of them at once, which may be more entertaining, because it's more challenging, you're going to want to spike her down. But look, we missed. Now, here's the most interesting thing about Dark Mindy. Dark Mindy is the absolute most lucky thing in all of Final Fantasy. Of any version, Final Fantasy X, sorry. For any version of Final Fantasy X that has ever existed, she is the luckiest thing out there. And she's actually more lucky than I am. Like, because she is the only thing that we have to worry about luck-wise, I actually didn't stat my luck super, super high. So, she is one of the only characters that will consistently evade me. Like, Yojimbo could evade me. He's the second luckiest thing. She's pretty lucky too. However, if we cast a couple of aims or lucks for ourselves, we'll be okay. You also notice she takes a lot of damage, and obviously overdrives can't miss. So, this is why I'm not very concerned. In the event that all 3 are there, her Pesado attack is just instant death, basically. Like, there is no getting around it. So you want to focus her down straight away. You know, it makes sense. She's the glass cannon one. She's who you want to blow up. Should probably put auto life on someone just in case she's got some crazy like Ultima ability that's going to kill us all. And who better to put it on than the guy with ribbon? Even though I think her death penetrates ribbon. So there you go. There's another miss. It's kind of cool to see him miss, actually. It really is. So you can hopefully see here, guys, she's no more evasive than any of the other Dark Aeons are. All of their stats are basically maxed out. She's not more evasive. She's just more lucky. That's all it is. It's all luck at this point in the game. It's having max accuracy and max luck. One more aim, and then I'll call it quits. We'll just start spamming attacks. She's already weak. She's already in an attack rails. I can't see her having that much more health. I think Sandy was dead by now. Sandy certainly didn't get her overdrive up. The thing is, she's been evading a lot more. Alright, this means that Giga Graviton is coming in. We don't actually have the option of summoning, so if this is an instant kill, I'll be really sad, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's the same as Anima's one. If the book is right, I don't know. God, here we go. Other option there was to defend, but I think this is just going to be... Yeah, okay, sweet. It's not even Giga Graviton, it's Mega Graviton. Right, we got some sleep to deal with, but aside from that, we'll be okay. There we go, and finally the overkill. Down we go. You know that thing where you're like at a concert or whatever and you're singing a lot and you can feel it in your throat that it's going to be really... There you go, Yuna's sphere level's maxed out right before one of the last fights, actually. That's kind of cool. You know that tomorrow it's going to be really sore and horrible. That's exactly how I feel right now. Amazing. Okay, so let's cure Walker up. Right. And we have one more fight. I'm not really scared either of it. Let's head back on down. And see whether Dark Cindy can, how she feels about the fact that we just wiped the floor with her two sisters while she was lounging around late back here. You know, I remembered this being so much harder too, just the running section. And I don't know, in recollection, this was really easy. I wasn't expecting that. I figured if I had the opinion when I was younger that this was hard, that opinion also would have been grounded in the, like, practice of doing like the butterfly catching and stuff, right? So I would have like, I don't know, I think I would have thought it was easy, but I didn't. Anyway, there you go, we engage on her. She drops down. You get an amazing zoom in on her face. And let's just get some auto lives going before we slam her. I'll again cut to when she does her attacks. So there we go, this is her signature attack, Camisade. Pretty big damage, saps all your MP out too. So it goes 2 million, 2,500,000, and 3 million. Ah, I missed, no! Especially with the risk of missing, like what is this? Is it worth it? Don't think so. Wait, oh my god, seriously? I'm getting fatigued. I'm getting the fatigue. Oh, look, an actual normal attack. There you go, guys. And a counter with a crit to finish her off. Wow, she looked pissed off by that. Amazing. Wow, there you go. That's the last Dark Magus sister. And the fruits of our labor is this very special cutscene. Do enjoy it, guys. It's actually kind of hard to find this online. What the fuck was that thing? And so the fruits of our labor, what was the story here? You guys can totally determine what the story there was. Who are the Dark Aeons? What was their purpose? And why does defeating them cause this very special cutscene to begin. This is actually kind of hard to find online. I don't know, maybe you can find it easily. So, what the heck was that? Back in the Calmlands, the place where people traditionally fight sin. Has that got anything to do with this story? I don't know. We're going to save. That thing will only spawn, that cutscene will only appear when you defeat all of the Dark Aeons. I'd like to just wander around here for a second and see what happens when we go back to where those women were. I guess they just don't appear. But yeah, it will only appear there. That thing, I'll say it, I don't know why I've been avoiding its name the entire series, maybe to leave a bit of mystery there. It's called Penance. For the record, I think that's a pretty cool name for like a final boss, just Penance as a name, really, really cool. Fiends are on the rampage beyond a guard, and I guess the women just aren't here. Penance will appear in the Calmlands, or rather above the Calmlands. Should we go to the Calmlands now? Even in the Scar as well. This is what's so exciting. Like, there's this Scar, and we never really get to go to the bottom. It's got a bit of a story about it. And the final super mega boss. At the time of Final Fantasy X International's release, it was like the most dangerous thing. Maybe that's not fair to say. It's like one of the highest health things in many of the games. Okay, appears there in the Calmlands. Like, what a cool idea. What the story is, I don't know, but one thing I do appreciate about this like final end content here is, yeah, they've been reusing a lot of assets, okay? They've been doing stuff in clever ways with like the voice acting and stuff, and even many of these Dark Aeons, they've just been reskins. They've been pleasurable reskins to look at, mind, but they have just been reskins. Well, what they did for the final one, even though this is content that very few players, yes, I'm going to say it again, even though this is content that very, very few players will actually see or get to enjoy, the devs went to the effort of making it something special. Something totally unique, in a totally unique, like, well, not completely unique, but in a really cool battle area, with cool music, just cool everything, okay? And it's Penance. So, that is going to be our final boss. It's a new location on the airship destination list. Appears basically where the Calmlands are. I would be curious to see if the arrow is in a slightly different area of the Calmlands. That would be a really weird touch. See as it rotates around. I don't think it does. So that's the regular Calmlands. Oh, it does. Yeah, so the regular Calmlands is like more in the middle, and Penance is like off to the side a bit. Wow, they even went to the effort of doing that. That's so cool. This guy's really difficult. Really difficult. In fact, so difficult that you're going to want very specific armor to take him out. This is the new armor I've been talking about, okay? The entire way through the Dark Aeons, we've been using this stuff with stone proof, petrify proof, ribbon, okay? This stuff's been important. We're now going to swap over to this, okay? Defense plus 20%, plus auto protect, plus 255 defense, plus 5 cheers, okay? Because cheers raise your defense. If you have all of that stuff in this Penance fight, even the most immense of attacks, which would hit for millions and millions and millions of damage against like a, you know, a traditional character just coming out of the Unaleska fight, even those attacks will not be able to one-shot you. They'll leave you crippled and on barely any health, but they'll not be able to one-shot you. And putting auto potion on this armor too, and having only X potions in your inventory means you will not get one-shot, and then you throw a potion on yourself and it regens you back up to max health. So the next time he attacks you, nothing changes. So you don't need auto phoenix anymore. You need defense plus 20%, auto potion, auto protect, and auto haste. You need the haste to keep up with him. I did make it for Waka, so we're going to equip it for Waka. Did I make it for Yuna? Yes, so we're going to equip it for Yuna. And we're going to equip it for Riku too. Now Riku needs to charge her overdrive. Okay, well she's only got that, so she's already gone home. Riku needs to charge her overdrive so we can open the fight with a Hyper Mighty G, which will put 5 cheers on us instantly, which will be a really cool idea. But the other thing we need to do is head on over to Rin and make sure we've got a lot of X potions, because this is what's going to be keeping us alive. But more importantly, we need to get rid of the crappy potions in our inventory. So, Rin, you will be our final merchant, our end game merchant. What we're going to do is get rid of all this stuff. 47 of those, 99 of those. Loads of those, I guess. Actually, maybe mega potions we can keep. I think it will just throw X potions. But then with the money we've got, we're going to buy a bunch of X potions. Oh god, we can't buy X potions? Where do we buy X potions from? I guess I'll figure that out in a second. I'm pretty sure you can buy them somewhere. If not, you can definitely steal them or bribe them from something. So I'll go do that. I'll charge Riku's overdrive and I'll see you guys in a second for the big guy.